tabling approval of the master contract, the administrator contracts, and the classified contract, or letters of assignment.
I'll make a motion to table the approval of the master contract administration contract.
And the classified letters of assignment?
And the
Okay.
classified letters.
Can I get a second?
I'll second it.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed the same? Motion carries. Human resources, resignations.
We have 2 resignations, one from Carly Schmidt from preschool and tag. Carly has accepted a position at Sumner Fredericksburg. She lives in Fredericksburg, so we kind of had an idea that was going to happen. She's a young teacher, wants to start a family, they're building a house in Fredericksburg, so we wish her well. And then Mr. Thompson from assistant football. Mr. Thompson fell and tore his shoulder in the last ice storm up in Green on the sidewalk downtown. And so he has to have surgery June 1st, and he doesn't think he's going to be able to physically fulfill the duties of assistant football coach. So I recommend we accept those resignations.
Can I get a motion to accept those resignations?
I'll make a motion to accept them.
Second?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed the same? The motion carries. Give them our thanks, please. And the contracts.
The summer food program, we have 2 at each site with the understanding that there's only going to be 1 at each site at a time. The other one is a backup. So for the Green site, we would have Kim Marshall and Jeannie Cruel, and for the Allison site, Kay Jobjan and Robin. I think Robin's last name's Jacobs. I think, or is it? Yeah. Because somebody said it was Cruel. I know she's Jeannie's daughter, but so we have those, and then we have elementary counselor Samantha Gribben, elementary maintenance custodian Paul Watson, high school language arts Whitney Stair, and the HR secretary in the superintendent's office Deanne Borglum. The elementary counselor, that kind of came about through a conversation that Liz, Eric, and I had. I think that 700 kids, 650 kids is not too much for one person to take care of. This one kind of fell in our lap. She's just finishing up at Mankato State. Has done a really nice job with her student teaching at Mankato East, and one of the elementary schools up there. Was actually asked to present at some conference up there here about a month ago because of a pamphlet she put together in a program she started at one of the elementary schools. Amy and I interviewed her. We had several other applications that we hadn't acted on yet, and we just decided about a half hour after the interview was over that she was the one that we needed to hire. She just, I've had 2 interviews this year that were the best interviews I've ever conducted, and they were both with young teachers like that. The other one was Whitney Stair, who's a Wartburg graduate. And I've never had an interview where the applicant didn't act nervous before and just kind of laid things out there, and those 2 young ladies just did a fantastic job. Mr. Strong knows Whitney Stair, but our people are really excited about getting them on board and getting them going. I think they'll do a nice job.
I have a couple questions.
Okay.
Do we have enough money in the general fund to hire another counselor? Is that something we should have talked about more?
I think it's something that we need. Our kids down here have really missed out on a lot. We've had kids that have had issues, and we've not had anybody get down here because Mrs. Clark's been tied up at the high school with other things. So
Were we gonna share?
I'm still working on it.
Okay, so there's a
Nobody's
possibility to
nobody's bit yet, but I was asked again the other day.
share? Okay,
So
We've been asking around and trying to get that done.
yeah.
great.
And I've sent a couple emails out reminding, and actually Randy in Clarksville and Nashville asked me again the other day if
Okay.
maybe we're still thinking about sharing that.
Great.
So that would be a good thing, but I think it'll be a really good thing for our kids, especially with some of the things that we've had going on this year.
So the young girl that you hired, does she have the background in counseling?
Yeah, she just finished her master's degree in counseling. They have to have a master's degree to
Did you
to
have
be
that
school
open though to everybody, like
Yes,
the employees here?
we don't have anybody that's licensed other than Mrs. Clark.
That has
That
a
has
psychology degree,
The
counseling degree?
school counselor.
Well, so Mrs. Clark, she's too busy counseling down there, or because she's involved in other things?
Well, she doesn't just counsel, but she's doing all the stuff with the high school, the testing, getting ready for college and working with scholarships and stuff. So there's a lot of responsibility
Like
there.
drama and speech, I mean,
Right.
is that interfering with being a counseling?
It may be, and some of that's gonna cut back. So, you know, and that's something that I think that if we find out that we're long, we can address it during the year next year. So, you know, after count date next year, we'll start addressing our staffing for the following year and looking, you know, evaluating our programs and see where we need to be. So, because then we'll know where, you know, by the end of, October 15th, we'll know where we're at with our certified enrollment and know where we need to be staff-wise. So then.
So
we'll
you
have
already
conversations.
offered her
Yes,
contract?
yes, just waiting for board approval.
Any other questions on the contracts?
Sorry, and then the other one for Paul Watson, and you've done a background check on him,
Yes.
and he's passed that?
Yes. Didn't have anything come back.
What?
There was nothing that came.
It came back? Okay.
Yep, no, he's got 6 years of experience as a custodian in a school in Kansas. He's a Army vet. Has some electrical background, plumbing background, so should fit in well.
And he'll be replacing Dave Thorne.
He'll be replacing Dave Thorne. We'll start him next Monday, so that he can work with Dave for a while before Dave's gone, and Dave will use up his vacation before he leaves, so he'll be done before the end of June, probably by mid-June.
Okay. Okay, I have a motion to approve these contracts.
Make a motion.
Second,
Second.
all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay, or say the same.
Well, I'm okay with the school counselor, but I don't know about the other guy, so I'm just gonna say no, just because of the feeling, so,
Yep, that's fine.
thank you.
So, okay, so motion carries.
You're naying on all of them?
No,
Just on the
the
one.
school counselor, yes, on the
Well,
school counselor.
there's 4 of them.
Oh,
Yep.
There's the counselor, the custodian,
The language arts and the
business.
HR.
just the custodian.
Okay, thank you.
Any subs?
No subs.
No subs, okay. We've done the administrative reports, any reflections on the meeting?
Okay. There you go. How do you wanna
I'm
put that
proud
in
of
the
our
paper?
graduating class. We have a lot of potential and we are doing a lot of good things at North Butler. We
Yes,
have
we
a
are.
lot of great programs. I mean, in the new egg plot that we're gonna have, that's a lot of good hands-on, and that Perkins grant to get $13,000 for our school to be able to offer that technology is amazing, because a lot of schools don't have that opportunity. So our students have some good opportunities here.
Oh, and just so you know, speaking of that, we did get the 3D printer here last week. It came in Friday, I believe it was, and part of that was paid for with that grant that Heather got through the Community Foundation, so.
What about that one grant she was talking about, and then the science was gonna do the aqua pond?
I don't know where that's
Did you
at.
know?
I
Okay.
don't think she's heard back.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything on that one yet, so.
There's two
That
North
sounds
Butler,
neat.
yeah, there's two North Butler graduates at Iowa State Saturday also. Kinzer Jensen also graduated from there.
Oh, yeah. Great.
You know, I really like the idea that Mr. Huff had of putting up the pictures of our past graduates to kind
I do
of
too.
enthuse kids a little bit and give them some incentive. And it's nice to be able to see those things and
I think so too, that's great.
and it recognizes our alumni. And it won't just be North Butler, it'll be both Allison and Green also. So
So should we go back and try to track down some people that are doing some big things, or?
we're gonna work on it, so, yep.
What's considered big? I guess I
Well,
I think it should be all of them.
I think it's just,
it's
I
a
think it's
great
just
idea,
anybody
but I
that's
can see it
successful.
another reason to complain
Well, I
if your
think,
kid's not on there. I'm just saying,
Yeah,
I'm being the other side of this.